Yo, so we just finished a quick test this week. We wanted to compare SmartLead, SaaSmail, and Instantly. SaaSmail is in our own internal tool for sequencing that, as you can see, is excellent for enterprise deliverability. It's one of the main reasons that we use it right now. And surprisingly, we just started testing Instantly, and it really swept the floor with Gmail targeting, which Gmail is typically our most valuable lead prospect right now. And so it's very interesting. Mostly just sharing this because one, like this is just our data. Like every time I look at somebody else's data, we see it different for everybody. And then on top of that, we're starting to see differences in deliverability when it comes just client to client as well. We ran one client where we saw that it was completely inverse of the data that I'm shooting you here. And so the quick thing to take from here is just like take it with a grain of salt. But I just thought this was really interesting that I would share it. And also I'll give you a little preview of what we're doing. For those of you that don't know, we did a massive test last October. We sent about 50,000 emails for our B2B to kind of get a snapshot of what deliverability looked like in the marketplace. And the thing that I took away from that is that matching your configurations, those configurations being what type of inboxes are you using in combination with the sequencer that you're using. And finally, in combination with what type of inboxes you are trying to deliver your emails to at scale, can genuinely add 3, 4, 5 times multiples on all of your results. Because the main thing is if you can get your reply rate up, that's multiplicative on every single lead that you could possibly get, and so on. So anyways, I could talk about this a lot. This will really just be like a short, quick thing before I take my dogs on a walk here in about 30 minutes. But the main thing to pick up here is that right now, and this is changing week over week, but right now what we're seeing is we used Gmail inboxes, and we wanted to test a Gmail inboxes deliverability to Gmail, Outlook, Custom, and Enterprise. When we look at Gmail, Instantly stood out. We just started using Instantly maybe a week ago, and we're about to use them quite considerably. We're probably going to start sending millions of emails a month using their platform, and so we've been really in depth, integrated an API, all of that kind of stuff. But the main thing is that it's delivering 7, almost 8 times better than SmartLead right now. And then our own internal tool, which Gmail's always been a little bit weaker when it comes to our tool. Once again, we're using our tool because we want to target this enterprise, which I'm glad we did this test too, because what we used to be doing is we used to be using like Azure type infrastructure, things like Hypertide, things like Scaled Mail, in order to deliver to these enterprise clients. And on average, we would see a 2-3% reply rate. We would never see a 6% reply rate. And also, we sent about 100,000 emails in order to get this data. So I'm pretty confident, at least for this one client that we sent to, that this is what we're seeing. So this is what internally we're doing next week. But here's kind of the big thing is that in the month of March, we're going to be doing a big test like we did in October. Basically, what my team has been working on is, let's clear that. What my team has been working on is like a real-time deliverability analytics dashboard. And so every sequencer that we're using is feeding this entire dashboard. A lot of this data is inaccurate, so like ignore, reply rates are actually like normal over here, for example. We just had like bulk upload a bunch of data. So like this is a weird spike for a 500% reply rate. It'll even out in the coming weeks. But basically, at any point in time, I'm going to be able to pull up what is my deliverability for a vendor, what is my deliverability based on who I'm trying to send the email to, which sequencer is giving the best deliverability, and we're going to be able to put that all into a bunch of analytics. And actually, I think this is pretty cool. My team made this pretty sexy dark and light mode transition. I think that's pretty dope. And actually, if you're curious who the team is that's working on this, it's Ops Kings, and I'm a big fan of them. So anyways, this is what's coming down the pipeline. In the month of March, we're probably gonna be doing a big, massive deliverability test. But also after March, we should have a real-time live dashboard on deliverability. So, so that way we can deliver emails better than anybody. I mean, the main thing, right, is that if I didn't do this, we would be getting 2 to 3 times less results for our clients than if we weren't doing it. So it's just huge, multiplicative. It's a ton of work, a ton of analytics, it's a ton of automations, it's a ton of API endpoints that we're hooked into. It takes a lot of work nonstop that we've been working on it for the last like 4 months to put it together. But it's super worth it because, in my opinion, deliverability testing is the most important thing in the entire world. So anyways, have a great Saturday. I'm going to go walk my dogs now. Bye.